Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Rangers, and I'm here to talk about Game 62 of the regular season, where the Rangers win 2-1 over the Tampa Bay Lightning in a very exciting game. Alright, you heard it all throughout the broadcast, you heard it before the game, and you're going to hear a lot about it after the game, so I'm going to go ahead and say it now. The cliche words, playoff-style game. That is the best way to describe this game. This was intense between two teams who were both very, very good, and you got to see that both of them were very, very good in different facets. At different points tonight, I thought both teams showed offensive flashiness, great defense, and incredible goaltending. I thought both teams demonstrated that. This was a battle between two titans that makes you go, I hope they match up in the playoffs, because that would be an incredible 7-game series. And the Rangers have competed against the Lightning in a way that just not a lot of teams have to this point. And not in like individual games, but like for the season series, the Rangers swept the Lightning 3-0. Granted, one of them was a shootout win, one of them was just us trouncing them in MSG, and this one was a 2-1 nearly overtime game. You know, we scored with like 15 seconds left. But the Rangers have just matched up really well with the Lightning to this point of the season. And the only reason I wouldn't call this a playoff-style game completely is because of how many penalties were taken. And look, I thought the officiating was terrible, point blank, but take that away. This was a very much playoff-style game. It was physical, it was quick, and there were stretches where the offense was just bang, bang, shot, 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 and then just long droughts of dead silence. But it was fantastic. So, first goal of the evening for the Lightning. I don't know that I would have called this a goal, if I'm being completely honest, and I'll explain why. So, Tampa Bay on a power play. They have it in our offensive zone. They're passing it around. A shot by Klorn, and it's stopped by Shesterkin. And this is going to be a very tough demonstration, right? Because Shesterkin's pads are down. Imagine these are the legs. And the puck is like right here behind a pad, and Shesterkin doesn't know where it is. The refs can't see the puck. Shesterkin moves a little bit, then the puck is shown to... They see where it is. Braden Point just guns in and shoves it home for a goal. Now, did Shesterkin freeze the puck? No. On that note, however, the refs didn't know where the puck was. No one could see the puck. And at that point, you probably should blow it dead. So I don't think this should have been a goal in general. I don't think Braden Point did anything wrong. I don't think the Lightning did anything wrong. I just thought the play should have been called dead. It wasn't. They score. It's 1-0 Lightning. And the story of the first period was the Lightning kind of got lucky at different points, but overall the Rangers just got completely outmatched. First period, I want to say the Lightning had a expected goals on money puck of like 1.4, and the Rangers had like 0.14. It was very lopsided in favor of Tampa Bay. They outshot us. I believe it was 16-8. They just looked infinitely better. And then the second period happened, and the Rangers completely shut them down, and the Rangers actually would tie the game in the second period. All right, so before I talk about the goal in the second period, I'm going to talk about the defense. After the first period, we shut it down. Our defense looked watertight after the first period. We looked really good. Only allowed 13 shots against in the second and third period, and I didn't feel that very many of them were high danger. There were some nice saves by Shesterkin, obviously, but I wasn't really fearful in the second or third period from shots by the Lightning. They had it in our zone from different points, and they had some power plays, but there was never really a moment where I'm like, oh, they're going to score here. It was just sort of a couple of okay shots, but overall I thought the Rangers defense played great. Oddly enough, the pair with the best defensive night for goals against or goals expected against was actually Schneider and Nemeth, which was shocking, but I test-wise, I thought they looked great tonight. And speaking of defensemen, let's talk about the goal. Lafreniere has it at the blue line, takes a shot on net. It is stopped, and Jacob Trouba right in front collects the puck, puts a shot on net, and it is through Vasilevsky to make it a 1-1 game. Tampa challenged the play for goaltender interference on Dryden Hunt. I have no idea why they bothered with this. It was such like minor contact, and Vasilevsky tried to say that it was contact, and there was contact, just not enough to get that called. And then the Rangers get a power play. They did nothing with it. Shocker. Our power play looked horrible tonight, by the way, except for one power play in the waning minutes of the third period. That was the only good power play we had. But they challenged. It was not overturned. Call stood. Rangers tie at 1 apiece. And that was it for the second period. You go into the third, and for a very long time, it was just sort of a couple shots here and there, but it was a very quiet defensively locked down game for both teams. I believe in the third period was the Ryan Reeves Pat Maroon fight, which Reeves bodied him. I mean, I don't think Maroon landed a punch. Reeves also was at the end of a Ryan Reeves shift, so he was already tired, and you could tell, and he still easily won that fight. No one wants the Reeves smoke. That was just funny. But for a very long time in the third period, it's quiet. Rangers get a power play in like the waning minutes of it. A hair over 2 minutes to go. And our power play, again, looked horrible until this power play. Oh, and the power play goal. Panarin did so much work to score this goal for the Rangers, it isn't even funny. He passes it to Adam Fox. Fox gives it back to Artemi Panarin. They're both along the blue line. And then Panarin carries from Vasilevsky's right over to his left. And with him, he drags 3 of the 4 Lightning players with him. And then you leave Mika Zibanejad that wide open. He's relatively close to the net. And Panarin with a perfect shot. Mika is not going to miss that one-timer. And the Rangers take a 2-1 lead with under 17 seconds to play. And man, I thought for sure this game was going to go to overtime, but boy, oh boy, was that a beautiful goal by the New York Rangers, by Artemi Panarin and Mika Zibanejad with a blast. And the Rangers win another super close game in Amalie Arena. I mean, both Rangers games have been game-winning goals by Mika Zibanejad in Amalie Arena, which is pretty funny. So who looked good on the Rangers tonight? Jacob Trouba had a wonderful game, offensively and defensively. Artemi Panarin with that beautiful assist in the waning seconds. Mika Zibanejad, beautiful one-timer. Thing of beauty. The first line I thought was flying all night, by the way. Again, that first line looks so good right now. It's just, chef's kiss. Igor Shesterkin, obviously, fantastic. 28 of 29, first star of the game. He looked great. I will say, Andrei Vasilevsky played really well, and this was a magnificent goalie duel to watch. And that's what gave me a lot of hope for the evening. The Rangers played great, but the Lightning also played really well. It wasn't like the Rangers beat up on a team who had a horribly off night. We played the Lightning. The Lightning played really well. We played just a little bit better. We took a couple penalties. We took 3. We got 6 power plays. We really should have been able to do more with those than we actually did, but c'est la vie. But the Rangers just played really well. Nearly mistake-free hockey. And we took what little bit the Lightning gave us and really did not give them that much to work with. This was a great game by the Rangers. And, man, if this is the playoff matchup, I don't know what round it would be. But if this is a series in the playoffs, that is going to be can't-miss hockey. Also, here's a neat little thing before I leave. Frank Vetrano, new Ranger, had 5 shots tonight. Led the team in shots. Also led the team in expected goals on Money Puck. Not too shabby for your second game as a Ranger. But that's all I have for the game. We play again tomorrow. We're in Carolina. That game is at 6 p.m. and I'll be here afterwards to talk about it. So, thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. And as always, go Rangers.